Division of one irrational number by another. Let's look at that in case there are two irrational numbers and we need to divide one of them by the other. How do you do that? Now this is pretty simple. So let's say you are asked to divide 12 root 5 by 2 root 5. Okay, so what we have is 12 root 5 divided by 2 root 5. Now, if you just visualize this and you say, let's say, for example, that root 5 was some number x, okay, then what we are saying is that this number is pretty much like 12 multiplied by x divided by 2 multiplied by x. Now, if you are doing any normal multiplication, what would you do? You would just simply cancel out these two because they are common. The same thing we do over here also. We just cancel out root 5 with each other. And then we would have actually divided 12 by 2, which gives us 6. And that is the answer. So what we do is basically, whenever there are common roots in the numerator as well as the denominator, we just cancel it out. But let's say, for example, if you had something else. So let's say if you had 12 root 15 and you had to divide it by 2 root 5. Now what? So this effectively turns out as 12 root 15 divided by 2 root 5. In such cases, the division of 2 and 12 would remain the way it was. But what we try and do is we try to simplify these bigger roots. In our example, let's say for example, root 15. Now we know that root a times root b is equal to root a times b, right? So can we write root 15 as root 5 into 3 or root 5 times root 3, right? Now if I just interpose these values in this particular equation, what I will get is 6 times root 15 divided by root 5 or 6 times root 5 times root 3 divided by root 5. Like we discussed here, we can just cancel out similar roots. What we are left with is 6 times root 3, which is the answer or the solution for this particular thing. Now one other thing that we need to note is that if there is a root in the numerator, or for that matter in the denominator, which doesn't get cancelled out with anything else, that remains as it is in the answer. We don't do anything else over here unless we could have just simplified this in a manner that from this root we could have extracted a number which we can multiply over here. So let's say if you have 6 times root 3, or actually not root 3, let's say root 12, we can write this as 6 times 4 into 3 or 6 times root 4 times root 3. Now root 4 can be written as what? 2. So we write this as 6 times 2 times root 3, or in other words 12 root 3. Right? And that's the way you use to divide one irrational number by the other.